So, what is the role of leadership in fundraising? One of the kind of overarching themes that we're going to talk about today is that leaders have to be involved in fundraising, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're doing the solicitation work or doing the actual asking for money. In many times, the role of our leaders in our organizations is to provide that organizational vision. And as a fundraiser, I can tell you it's very difficult to raise money if there's no organizational vision beyond, the next 11 months. To have that big picture look at what the organization is going to accomplish, that is something that is really can be really inspiring to donors. And often generating that vision is the responsibility of your leadership team. Your leaders can also provide internal support and prioritization for fundraising. If the CEO, if the executive director, if the board of directors, if they don't believe in fundraising, fundraising won't thrive. You might be able to make a few things happen, but ultimately you need the full-bodied support of the organization, and that starts at the top. Your organizational leadership team can model behaviors for donors and staff members. How do we talk about this mission? How do we talk about the people we serve? How do we celebrate our successes? How do we talk about our failures? All these things start with the leadership. And so if the board members don't speak respectfully of the people we serve, if the executive director doesn't really seem to talk about or want to talk about fundraising or want to get involved in fundraising, then that message gets trickled down through the rest of the organization, and nobody wants to really get involved. Finally, a role that the leadership of your organization can play to help fundraising grow is to really think in terms of experimenting and learning from those experiments and experimenting again. Fundraising can suffer when it is seen as a black and white thing that happens or doesn't happen, or it's seen as something that is traditional and has never always worked and never changes. And we don't need to experiment in new directions. Those things can really stifle creativity and growth in fundraising. And so the leadership team, if they can embrace this ethos of we're going to try this thing, we're going to learn from what we do, we're going to try something different, we're going to really be flexible and brave, that really helps fundraising.